Hi, this is Debbie from Project 39 Mini Albums. I am here in the hill country of Texas, and I want to show you this explosion box I made. So this is for Valentine's Day, obviously. I kept the side simple. I sort of wanted it to be a big surprise when you opened it up. So let's open up the first layer. We'll take off the top, and that opens up to that. So I left the sides on and cut out hearts and added pink paper to it. I used, by the way, Simple Stories, a vintage Valentine. I'll have to link it below. I did get this paper last year from Country Craft Creations. So here's the second layer. We'll go ahead and open that up. And I enjoyed this vintage Valentine's paper, but I didn't want to overpower it, so that's why it's inside. And since it's really trying to pop out, let's go ahead and open up the third layer. And so it opens up, and all these little things fly in the air. They are put on the bottom. I just cut slits in the bottom cardstock and put these on acetate. So they just sort of fly. I originally was going to put candy in, but then decided against that because the recipient don't think really is eating candy. So I thought all of these little hearts and whatever would make a nice little surprise. So that is the explosion box. Now let me show you how to make the box. I don't show you how to add these little acetate things, but all I did really was cut strips of acetate and I put stickers on top. They were really lightweight. I folded them and cut a slit in and just stuck them that way. It's pretty simple. All right, so let me show you how this is made. All right, so to start, we're going to grab our 12 by 12 piece of paper and we're going to put it on the scoreboard. Grab your scoring tool and score it 4 and 8. So get good lines on it, 4 and 8, and then rotate it once and score again at 4 and 8. So far, so good, pretty simple. Now we're going to go ahead and do the diagonal scores. So I'm going to flip my mat over because there's measurements on that, and we're going to go from there. All right, so we're going to place the paper on the edge. So do the one side and then the bottom. Because the whole idea in using this, and I don't know if you can see, there's another line that's a straight 90-degree angle. So what we want to do is go really from corner to corner. After I put the paper perfectly here, then I realized I really just need to go corner to corner. So I use this stylus. It's an old Cricut stylus, but you could use one of the metal ballpoint stylus. I like that better than a bone folder. So just draw a line on the diagonal from the bottom corner towards the center of the paper. And just push fairly hard. You know, you don't want to rip the paper, but you want to make sure the paper will fold there when you go to fold it. I've tried all sorts of things. I put it in the scoreboard afterwards, but I find you really don't have to do that. As if you have a place for the paper to bend, it's going to bend there. So we'll go ahead and get all 4 corners completed and then move on. And then the other option is you can just cut those corners out entirely. You don't have to have the hearts on them. I just thought for Valentine's Day I wanted to have the hearts because it was a perfect fit for it. But you can do it. So you can see there's a slight bend in the paper, and that's fine. That's all we need. I go ahead and take this circle. It actually is a circle die, but it's about the right size. And I go from one corner to the other and try to put the circle touching the 3 sides, the 3 three corners of the paper, so to speak, the diagonal, the left side of the paper, and the top of that one square. And then go ahead and draw a circle. That's what I attempt to do. If you have a heart die cut die that's that size, perfect. If you have a heart from decorations that's that size, that's even better. I didn't have anything, so I just had to make it up as I went, and then I had to hand cut it. And I can't cut straight and I can't cut circular, but I did my best and it actually came out okay. If you don't, it's not perfect, but it's hand done, and that's all that counts. So I go ahead and do that for the other three sides as well. And then when it's all done, I grab the scissors and just cut the heart out. And we're done with this part. And made them look like hearts. Now let's take the bone folder and go ahead and burnish on all of the creases. So do the two sides and top and bottom, and then we're going to very gently try to fold where those hearts are. See, it actually comes together pretty easily. So just do your best to crease it, and I'm just doing it by my hand. I guess you could take your bone folder and do it, but this worked for me. And look at that. It folds together nicely. That's how it comes together. All right, so now let's flatten it out and let's go to the next size, which is 10.5 by 10.5. And we're going to score that at 3.5 and 7. 3.5 and 7. So go ahead and score that and rotate. And 3.5 by 7. So now I've got the four corners. I'm going to grab my scissors. You could use a knife. You could use your cutting board. I'm just going to grab a pair of long blade scissors because it cuts nice and straight. And just go up to the first score mark. And we're going to cut those four corners off. So go ahead and do that. And finally, let's do it with the last sheet of paper, which is 9 by 9. And we score that one at 3 and at 6. And go ahead and cut out the corners of that one as well. Now, after I've burnished all of the score marks on all those squares, I'm going to go ahead and place the finished pieces onto the 12 by 12 piece. So just go ahead and add some adhesive to the bottom of those two cross marks. And I'm using art glitter glue. You could use whatever adhesive you want. You just want something strong because you want to make sure it stays there. So go ahead and add adhesive to it and center it as best you can onto that 12 by 12 paper with the hearts. You want to look, and there's going to be little teeny squares in the corners. Just make sure that they are all of the same size. I should have done it with different color paper to show you, but just center it really good. See, I'm looking at those corners and making sure what's showing through from the bottom is all the same size. And then go ahead and do the smaller piece and glue that on top. And really, that's all you need to do. So we're done with the explosion box. Oh, again, if you wanted to, you can add pockets and flaps and belly bands or whatever you want to do at this point.
And even more, add some more layers if you want. Just get consecutively smaller, and you could have as many layers as you want. So the next step is we're going to make the box tops. If you want to just make one of the box top, the largest one, do that. If you want to make the box tops, again, measurements are listed below, but they're 6 1/4 by 6 1/4, 5 1/8 by 5 1/8, and whoops, the middle one was 5 5/8 by 5 5/8. So you're just going to score 1 inch on all 4 sides, and just you could, the best way I found of doing it is just score 1 inch, rotate, score 1 inch, rotate. So let's get all those 3 pieces done and get all the score marks done here. So once again, grab your scissors, and we're going to trim up to the score line. You're going to trim on 2 sides. So I'll show you from the back. So just trim in a slight V notch. Doesn't have to be anything too accentuated. So we're going to do that one and the one on that same side, and then rotate it to do the other side. So you're going to do corresponding V marks on the 2 notches on 2 sides. Okay, so that's what it's going to look like. And then might as well cut all the other ones while we're at it. And then after we've gotten all those notches cut, we're going to add adhesive to on all 4 sides, 4 notches on each one. So let's do one together. So add adhesive to this notch, all 4 of those notches. You know what we should have done? We should have burnished the folds before we started cutting the notches, but live and learn. If you're watching this before you do it, go ahead and score. I'm sorry, go ahead and fold on all those score lines before you cut the notches. It makes it easier. You've noticed I've gotten out. Then we're going to add the glue, and we're going to put it all together. Just so I can have those 4 corners held while I'm letting the glue dry. If you were to use score tape or ATG or something like that, then you're not going to have to worry about that. So anyhow, go ahead and put the flaps in, make them as straight as you can. Add the little clips, and we'll continue with the 2 other box tops that way. It doesn't matter if you put the flaps on the inside or the outside. Try to put it on, I like to put them on the outside just because I don't want the inside to have any impingement when you're putting the top on. And you're going to be covering that with designer paper when we start with the decorating. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cover a piece of chipboard to put on the bottom. So there's a 6 by 6 piece of cardstock left over, and there's a piece of chipboard, hopefully 3 7/8 by 3 7/8. Go ahead and cover that. It doesn't have to be perfectly neat, but you're going to cover it and put the side with all of the folds on the inside so the bottom will look perfectly straight. So just do that. You don't have to, but I like to do it again just to add some weight to the whole box. So when you take off the lids, it's like the wow factor. I thought that was pretty fun putting together, but now the real fun part comes when you do the decorating. So I put the measurements of the scrapbook paper below. I've included the inside of the lids, but I didn't do the inside sides of the lids. So you can do that as you want. And of course I didn't add if you're going to put in any pockets or belly bands or anything like that. I mean, really, that's it. It really is a fun project to do. And to me, it gives a lot of bang for the buck. Once you've made one, you realize how simple this is, and you can make a bunch of them. And I understand there's a new scoreboard for Explosion Box. I don't have that. It might be fabulous to get, but I guess this is the old-fashioned way of doing it. So, hope you had fun with this. Go ahead and don't forget to subscribe. It really helps me out. Hit the like button as well. And if you have any questions, comments, concerns, not complaints, but anything else, now I'll listen to complaints, put it in the comments below. Love to hear from you. Love to know if you've made this project, how it came out, and what you made it for. If you didn't do it for Valentine's Day, let me know what else you did it for. That is all I have for today. Stay tuned because we have more projects coming up. Have a fabulous day.